Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. Alright, so I am back at the big carjacking case that happened last Thursday, which would have been April 11th in Seminole County, which is Winter Springs, Florida. On the screen right now, you're going to see that's the victim, Catherine, and on the top right is the green Acura with the suspects were in that vehicle, and her car was the white Dodge Durango at the bottom. They are the ones in the video, and I'm going to show you guys the video again and also play the 911 call momentarily here. They are the ones that were ramming Catherine, who came from South Florida. They rammed her vehicle, and eventually at the light on Tuscaloosa, they took her at gunpoint. So let me show you guys the video again and also play that 911 call. Alright, so this is the video. There is no audio. This is the video that I'm going to play the 911 call for of the carjacking. As you can see, I played it previously. That one gentleman gets out of the green Acura, approaches the white Durango with a rifle at gunpoint, and then basically makes her open the back door, and he gets inside the passenger side, driver's side, and they make a U-turn right here.
Do you need police, fire, or medical?
I don't need anything, but there's a guy going down East Lake Drive in Seminole County with, he was chasing the car, hit the car, got out of his car with a hood over his face and had a machine gun, it looked like, got in the car with the other guy, and then the car that he got out of did a U-turn and went back down East Lake Drive, and they're headed back towards 1792. It's a green Acura.
And it's Tuscaloosa Road?
East Lake Drive and Tuscaloosa Road, but they're headed back towards 1792 right now. And it was like I've got some video of it, but you need to do something now because I don't know what's going on.
So did you say they got out of the vehicle and they started arguing?
No, the guy had a machine gun and got the guy to open the door and was pointing the gun at him, and then he got in the back seat of the car, and then the car that was chasing them did a U-turn and they went back towards 1792.
What kind of vehicle was it?
Green Honda Acura, an older model. Had plastic wrap over the license plate, so I couldn't get a license plate number clearly.
Green. You said Honda or Hyundai?
Honda Acura.
Okay. And you say you saw them, you want to meet with law enforcement, or you just want them to check that out?
I think you guys need to do something. The poor guy's been held up by some guy with a machine gun.
Sir, I understand, but you want to meet, I already put the call in so they can check it out, but do you want to meet with law enforcement so you provide more information, or that's okay?
Yeah, they can meet with me if they want.
Are you going to stop by the area so you can meet with them, or would you like them to give you a call?
You can have them give me a call.
Okay. I will let them know so they can give you a call back, okay?
All right, thanks.
What's your name, sir? Okay, and the phone number you're calling is for us?
Yep.
Okay, I will let them know.
Okay, thanks.
So that's the 911 call. The guy sounded pretty calm. Of course, the 911 caller, he was pretty calm. And the operator though is like, "Do you want something to happen?" Well, yeah. I mean, someone's been carjacked. Anyway, that was a little ironic. But obviously, it's not a Honda; it's a Hyundai. So, but yeah, I was surprised how calm the caller was. So let's go through the timeline of what we kind of know so far about the history of the Acura and the connected crimes here, because it is pretty certain now, Seminole County and Orange County, they are pretty certain at this point that this carjacking and the shooting that happened the day previous, April 10th, in Orange County near Sky Lake, they are related. So the carjacking happened last Thursday in Seminole County, and obviously we just saw the video again. Now we go back to December 2023 to March 2024 when law enforcement became aware of this green Acura. According to Seminole County Sheriff Dennis Lima, the 2002 green Acura, which was seen in the video, is unique because only 3 exist in the state of Florida. Now, remember in the presser he told us this, that 2 of those Acuras have been salvaged. They are no longer on the roads, which means only 1 exists on the streets of Florida presently. And of course, now it's actually law enforcement has the vehicle. Now, the previous owner of the vehicle was a family in Winter Springs. They were a legitimate owner of the vehicle and they sold it to a dealership in December of 2023. And the sheriff has stated that the dealership then sent the car to auto auction, where another seller purchased the car and sold it in Seminole County at a buy here, pay here lot situation. Now, the final buyers of the car at that buy here, pay here lot never came back to complete the paperwork needed to transfer ownership of the vehicle. Well, because they're criminals. And see, what I don't get is, I realize a buy here, pay here lot is, not as, sophisticated as a dealership, but I mean, basic stuff is you gotta transfer ownership of the vehicle. I mean, that's law. And according to the sheriff, he stated that that car's probably been on the streets since February, unregistered, undocumented. Who the heck knows who's been driving it? So it's gotten away with who knows what. Now, the first time law enforcement came into contact with the unique green Acura was on March 19th. That was when it was towed from the Orlando apartment complex for being parked illegally. And it was towed by a local towing company. April 10th goes up to, there was the big shooting, which ended up in a murder in Orange County. Weeks after the rare Acura was towed from the Orlando apartment complex, that tow truck driver who towed it, he became a murder victim in Orange County. According to Orange County deputies, 39-year-old Juan Luis Cintron Garcia, he was the one shot to death in Taft in April. At the scene, officials had laid down dozens of evidence markers. Sheriff Lima stated that more than 100 rounds were fired at Garcia, who died from his wounds after being rushed to the hospital. A manager at JL Towing did confirm, I know to West 2, and I found it on Facebook as well, that Juan Garcia was the owner of JL Towing. And he is actually he's a family guy. I looked it up. He's married and has 2 boys. So my condolences go out to his family. Deputies, officials believe he was a target, and this was not a random act of violence. And that green Acura was located at that scene. So March 19th, Garcia tows the vehicle for being parked illegally. April 10th, he is gunned down with the green Acura at the scene and murdered. It's not a coincidence. It's not random. Some reason they were not happy with Garcia. Then we get to April 10th, which was the deadly carjacking in Seminole County. That was one day after the murder of Juan Garcia in Taft. Catherine Altagracia Guerrero de Aguaveas, and I apologize, I'm saying her name probably very badly, and out of respect for her family, I do apologize for that. She had left South Florida on Thursday morning around noon, and she came through Seminole County, through downtown Orlando, through Interstate 4. It was around 3:30 p.m. that she stopped at a gas station, according to the sheriff, for about 10 minutes before heading into Winter Springs. And it was just before the turn at East Lake Drive and Tuscaloosa Road that green Acura was running into her vehicle. And the video we just saw and the 911 call were made. Now, she never called 911, neither did her husband, because she called her husband when she was being rammed before the gunman approached her vehicle, and neither one of them called 911. It was the witness who called 911. So she was carjacked, kidnapped, and then eventually found murdered. And then Catherine started driving her vehicle from that U-turn. They got onto State Road 417, and they later ended up in Osceola County. And about 2 hours later, witnesses near a construction site off Boggy Creek Road reported hearing gunshots and seeing smoke. When law enforcement officials arrived at that scene, they found an SUV on fire and a dead body in the car. Sheriff Lima stated that they needed dental records and DNA to confirm that it was indeed Catherine's remains, but they have been confident she was the victim and that was her vehicle. Officials did find a dozen 10mm handgun shells at that scene, which are extremely rare to see on the streets, according to Sheriff Lima. And he stated that these are the same size shells that were found at the Taft shooting the day prior, which took the life of Juan Garcia. April 13th is when the green Acura was found again. One day after Sheriff Lima announced to the media that they were conducting a murder investigation in Seminole County, officials located the green Acura, suspected to be linked to the killings of Catherine and Juan. The vehicle was once again found abandoned in an Orange County apartment complex, and it was towed. Sheriff Lima stated the car was transported to the Orange County Sheriff's Office and has been investigated and evaluated for evidence. April 14th is when an Orange County deputy was arrested. That Monday, the Seminole County Sheriff's Office made an announcement that an Orange County deputy had been arrested. That was this past Sunday. And he's facing 5 felony charges that are related to disclosing secret information. Deputy Francisco Estrella was hired by the Orange County Sheriff's Office back in September of 2022, but has now been terminated. He is facing charges of interception of wire, oral or electronic communication, disclosure of wire, oral, electronic communication, disclosure or use of confidential criminal justice information, unlawful use of a two-way communication device, and accessing computer or electronic devices without authorization or exceeding authorization. According to Sheriff Lima, now the deputy's wife is childhood friends with Catherine's husband down in South Florida. And the charges are related to the couple giving this investigative information that the deputy was able to pull up to him. So her husband, on his way from Homestead, South Florida, here to Seminole County, he called the deputy's wife, and they looked up information and provided him information, and he accessed databases illegally. So again, he accessed the databases, the law enforcement databases, and pulled up personal information as well about the lead detective in the murder case, which includes their home address and signatures. That is scary considering all that is going on in this case. Additionally, the deputy called Seminole County Sheriff's Office, the lead detective, and used a fake name and a title during the conversation, and recorded the call and sent it all back to Catherine's husband, who was still en route to with his brother to meet the police about his wife. The sheriff describes the husband of Catherine. His name is Miguel. He's been cooperative, and he surrendered his phone for forensic examination, and that is actually where they found the communication between Miguel and this deputy. And, they would have found it anyway. It just was a matter of time. By him willingly handing over his phone, though, it made it a little easier for the investigators for sure. Now, Miguel, the wife of Catherine, told the detectives that at the time of the kidnapping and murder, his wife was traveling to Central Florida to visit family members. At this point, detectives could not find any family members in the area, but they have found 2 friends who lived nearby. But these friends were still not expecting a visit from Catherine. Again, it's not really sure why she was traveling to Central Florida. According to Seminole County, Miguel is still not a suspect or a person of interest in either case at this time. So that could change. But still, they are looking for the occupants of that green Acura, and as obviously they are extremely dangerous. So we got the car, the green Acura. Law enforcement has that car, but the killers, they're at large. And an update also an update on the deputy. We just got the update this evening. So the deputy accused of the interfering in the carjacking investigation, he's bonding out tonight. So by the time this video goes up, he's probably out. This is from Wesh 2. The attorney for the arrested Orange County deputy accused of illegally interfering in the carjacking homicide investigation in Seminole County says that he and the state have agreed on a bond and they would release the suspended deputy from jail. I believe he's not suspended at this point. I actually believe I read he was terminated. But either suspended or terminated, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a job anymore. After his initial appearance on Monday, 33-year-old Francisco Estrella was ordered to stay in jail without bond. In the court file, Estrella's attorney said the state attorney does not oppose a bond of $15,000 and an ankle bracelet to monitor where he goes once he's released. So the bond was set at $3,000 for each of the 5 counts, which of course makes the $15,000. And the case file shows a signed order from a judge approving the bond. And it looks like his wife should be picking him up and have him home on Thursday evening. So as I'm recording this, he's either home or going to be home. So that deputy is going to be free as of Thursday evening. But he's going to be wearing an ankle monitor. Again, there is a lot going on in this case. A lot going on. Again, I got the video again, even though we had the video. I got that from, thanks to the Seminole County Sheriff's Office. And that 911 call, I got that as well. I do have the incident reports I'm still going through. And I'm waiting for Orange County to see what I can get a hold of as far as the shooting. Their reports goes on that. Obviously, everything is highly redacted, but I am very curious on how the situation goes, how the investigation is going, and I'm hoping that they've been able to get more leads on these suspects right now because there's cameras everywhere. I realize that he was wearing a hoodie out there, but someone knows who these guys are, and someone is going to talk. They're going to call in a tip anonymously or something. And I'm also going to put it on the screen if you have any tips or anything on this case, please do call Crime Stoppers or call 911. Call the sheriff's office. We need to bring these suspects to justice and figure out what the hell is going on. I still wonder if it's related to drugs or trafficking, because I don't believe for a second that Catherine or Juan were any coincidence. I think Juan, he may have just gotten mixed up into it because he towed the Acura. I think he messed up their plans. But Catherine, I wonder what her husband may be mixed up in, and maybe she found out something and it was a hit. I don't know. But what do you guys think? Do you think that she's an innocent as well as Juan in this, that she got mixed up? Or do you think that she knew more? But let me know what you guys think in the comments. And I'm going to go through more information, wait for more of my FOIAs to come through, and see what else I can get on this. This is a lot. It's a lot. And this is why it's taken me so long to go through stuff. And we may have another presser soon. I don't know. I would love to see another presser. I mean, we had one about a week ago, so I'm not sure we'll get one. But if we do, I will post on the community tab about it, so you guys can check it out live if you want. But in the meantime, I hope you have a great rest of the day. Most of all, stay safe.